Well, hi there, everyone. Thank you for coming back for another episode of Mark on Comics. Today is one of the better episodes, in my opinion, because what I'm doing is I'm giving you my opinion on 10 comic books that I've read this week. So I didn't go overboard with 13 like last week. I've got 10, but I was surprised how many on this list are exceptionally good. So we're going to start it off with Spider-Boy number 12. And this is written by Dan Slott with art by Paco Medina. So here we got another page by Paco. Let's see if I can find one more. Here we go. One more. There we are. So Spider-Boy number 12 introduces the new Spider-Girl. Oh, and I did forget to mention that this cover was also by Paco. So my rating on Spider-Boy 12 is 4. And the reason I'm giving it a 4 is I think Paco's art is just, for me, a little lacking. I found it to be a little too cartoony, and I realize these are cartoons on pages, but to me, I don't like cartoony looking comic books, and that's what I found. But it wasn't a total loss. The story was great, and Paco's art is okay. It's not like, oh, this art is terrible. No, it's okay, but just for me, it did bring my rating down to a 4. But good job, Dan and Paco. It's a good story, and I enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to more Spider-Girl. See what goes on. Next, I've got for you the Power Fantasy number 3. So the Power Fantasy number 3 is written by Karen Gillan, with art by Casper Wingard. And I believe the cover is Casper Wingard, but I'm not 100% positive. But my rating for the Power Fantasy number 3, I'm giving it 4.5 stars. One of the major reasons I'm giving it 4.5 is Casper's artwork. He switches style in his art depending on what is going on in the story, and I like that. That works really well for me. The story was just a little confusing to me, but I still loved it, still enjoyed it. I am looking forward to Power Fantasy number 4 because of this lead-in with issue number 3 for me. So Power Fantasy number 3, should you get it? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a very good story. Next, we have Absolute Wonder Woman number 1. So Absolute Wonder Woman number 1 is written by Kelly Thompson with art by Hayden Sherman and cover by Hayden Sherman. So when I picked this up the other day, I flipped through it and I was like, I'm not sure. But then yesterday, when I actually read the story, Kelly, incredible. I loved this story. And Hayden's artwork, the artwork itself isn't a bang, but the layout was so intriguing and so compelling that it made me up my score on that artwork. It was just incredible. So Absolute Wonder Woman number 1 is getting a 5-star rating from me. This book is impeccable. I don't know how many copies you picked up, but for the people that missed out, they're going to want it and they're going to pay. So this is another book I think you should have multiple copies of. Good luck with Absolute Wonder Woman #1. I loved it. Next, we have Detective Comics 1089. Now, this is not a book from last week. It's a couple weeks old, but I had somebody recommend it to me, said it was really, really good, and that I should read it. So I picked up a copy, and I read it. So written by Ram V, art by Gillen Murch, with this cover by Evan Cagle. This did not fire on all cylinders for me. I just didn't really care for it. I am giving it 2 stars, and the reason 2 instead of 1 is the artwork. The artwork is really, really good. That I enjoyed, but the story, blah. So it is getting a 2-star rating from me. So next we have The Human Fly #1. It is written by Christopher Segura, with art and cover by Jan Scherpenhausen. My rating of The Human Fly #1 is a 3. The story was okay. The art was okay, but nothing that really brought it up at all. So 3 stars from me. I'm still going to get Human Fly #2, and maybe issue #3. They're on my order list, so we'll see what happens with those. But #1, just 3 stars. Next, we have Rook Exodus #6, written by Jeff Johns, with art by Jason Fabok. Now, I say Fabok. Some people I've heard say Fabok. If anybody can clarify for me, Fabok or Fabok, I'd appreciate it, because I keep calling him Fabok. But also this cover by Jason. So here we go with another interior page. And look, there we got another one for you. This book was awesome. Rook Exodus has been wonderful from the start, but this book just jumped, it popped, it just kept me intrigued. I just wanted to know what was going to happen next. I liked it. If you're not getting Ghost Machine books, you really need to. These are really some of the best books on the market these days. Geiger, Rook Exodus. Give it a try. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Rook Exodus is getting, as you would probably guess, 5 stars from me. Why? Art, story, all exceptional. So I am really looking forward to Rook Exodus 7, because 6 was incredible. So next I've got for you X-Men #6. So the writer of this book is Jed MacKay. The art is done by Netho Diaz, and this cover is a Ryan Stegman cover. So here's another page of the art. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Well, I thought X-Men 6 was far superior to X-Men 1 and 2. X-Men 1, it just didn't work for me at all. X-Men 2, a little bit more going on, but still didn't work for me. Didn't read 3, 4, and 5. But now I've picked up number 6, decided I should give it a good review. And you know what? No, it was okay. Should you get it? Well, if you're an X-Men collector, then yeah. If you're not, yeah, don't bother. It wasn't that good. I am giving it 3.5 stars. That's it. I mean, it was okay, but that's it. Next on this list, Void Rivals, number 13. So, Void Rivals, written by Robert Kirkman, with art by Lorenzo Di Falici, or Falici. Don't know exactly how to pronounce that. But Robert, great job on that story. Really good story. Lorenzo, his art it doesn't seem to be as good as it was 2 or 3 years ago. Sorry if that offends anybody, but that's the way I look at it. It was still a good story. The art was good, and I would never say boo. No, it was good. I'm giving this a rating of 4.5 stars. But the reason it didn't get a 5 is the artwork by Lorenzo. It just didn't pop on all cylinders for me. Next, we have Stand Still, number 3, which is written by Lee Lobridge, with art by Andrew Robinson, and then this wonderful gatefold cover by Andrew Robinson. Now, I've enjoyed Stand Still from the start, and that's why I keep reviewing it. But this book, I say but, no, moving on with this book, it was excellent. Great story, great art by Andrew Robinson. If you're not getting Stand Still and reading it, you are missing out. This is a great book because it is getting a 5-star from me. Issue number 1 got 5 stars. Issue number 2 got 5 stars. Now issue number 3 got 5 stars. You need to be picking this book up. Now, I don't say you need to speculate on this book. I don't think it's a speculator's book, unless it gets picked up for TV series or movie. But it's a great read, and you don't want to be missing out on this. Well, you might if you do. But I think you are missing out if you don't get Stand Still. It's a great series. Next, we have Iron Man. Iron Man number 1. Written by Spencer Ackerman. With art by Ulysse Ohta, O-H-T-A. And this cover is by Yasmin Putri. So, that's cover and art for Iron Man number 1. The story by Spencer Ackerman, great. The art, great. But still, it just missed a little for me. But I'm sure it's me. I still give this 4 stars. I think it's good enough. New Iron Man, I'm on board. So we'll see how it goes from there. So that is my review of 10 books. Going back on it, Spider-Boy 12, Power Fantasy number 3, Absolute Wonder Woman number 1, Detective Comics 1089, Human Fly number 1, Rook Exodus number 6, X-Men number 6, Void Rivals number 13, Stand Still number 3, and Iron Man number 1. I hope you've enjoyed this review and it's helped you to decide what books you should be reading. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.